Okay, let's see what's going on here. I mean, these pages aren't even. Okay, here's the cover. Okay. No. Okay. Okay, back cover. And I don't even know if I finished this one. I don't think I did yet. Okay, let's see who goes next. No? Okay, this guy looks like that goes there. Okay. It doesn't look right. I'm not sure if this is how it goes. I could be missing some pages. It seems weird how it fits together. This is how it's going to go. So it's stuck to there. It's going to go like this. Page is going to kind of come down like lower. The rest of this is just, oh yeah, I love this book. Okay. Okay, so now I have to figure out how to put this all together. And I think I'm going to cut this. I don't really know why I'm kind of gluing this over. Put something over the top, but I think I was thinking that if, I don't know, that I might need this little extra room for whatever I'm going to put on. So for now, I'll just keep this guy attached. Look at this, gosh, just got shredded. So sad. Okay, and the person who drove over it is actually my sister, and she didn't even say sorry. She just said, "Oh, I didn't know that was there." And meanwhile, I was like in shock that this happened to my journals, my pirate journals. Okay, I'll have to put some paper here, like fold over this to patch this, and then redraw all of this. So I'm going to put these two pages together, and I'm trying to lift this up a little on the magazine so that they're almost the right height. And I'm going to leave a little bit of space in between this page and this page so that it can close. It has to be able to hinge back in. And I'm just going to tape it. Masking tape's my favorite thing. Square off the top. And you'd be surprised. I have books that I've been taping since 1987, and the tape is still sticking. Press down on one side. Press down on one side. Trim the bottom. Okay. And now press down on this side. And wrinkles are fine, but air bubbles are not. So I'm really going to get my fingernails on here. Get all this down really, really well. Leave a little bit of space. Square the top of my tape. Now get the other side. Gotta hold it steady, hold it steady. So here, I have wrinkles. I just kind of squeeze the air out. That's fine. And anywhere that like collage material sticks up, I'll get my finger down in there really well, so I don't really have air in there. That everything is sort of fitting in these covers relatively straight here. And he's really bent up here. He's kind of messed up. Okay, so before I tape this, and I could probably just stiffy it with tape, but I'm not gonna right now. I'm gonna squeegee it down, not too hard because I don't want to squeegee my glue out. If I do, and I'm always keeping my fingers clean. And I could use any kind of tape. I could use washi tape, but honestly, washi tape's not very strong. It's not very sticky, and you're always going to end up gluing it. I could use paper, and the reason I like the tape is just, it's really very, like flexible. Especially, like I'm bandaging these wounds here. I need some flexion so that the pages can turn. Paper, if you're getting it thin enough to be able to fold into your book here, it can tear. And tape's pretty strong. Okay, now I'm going to push it down to the other side. Pushing it down. I kind of got a big gap in here. So pretty big. I don't know if that was good or not. And I may have to trim my pages at the end. Okay, this guy's a little guy. He goes like that. And let's see. So now I'm going to reverse it. Put my magazine over here. Try to lift this up a little bit. That's not enough. Try another one. Okay. A little bit better. Okay, so I see that I had washi tape here, and I'm thinking that maybe I glued it. Feeling like I need a little bit of a wider. It's a short page. You can see that I don't really have these even. I'm going to lift it up a little bit. This is very thick, so get my fingernail around there. Okay, if you're a fine bookmaker, you're probably like, what? This is not archival, but I'm just quick and dirty. I'm quick and easy. If it's going to take me too long to do it, I really can't. I really just can't handle it. Okay, so something here. Something's tearing up here, so I'm going to put another, maybe the thin one there. And all of this taping is going to make the center of my book bulgier. And so I might need to take a page or two out now that I've added all this thickness. We'll see. And I liked this book so much because it's kind of long that I bought another one. And the new one, even though it's the same book, is a different cover. So I can make another one. Okay, so this page goes like this, but this needs something here. So I'm gonna get the thicker one. This page needs to turn, so I don't want to get too much there. Like that. And this guy looks fucked up. He's all bent up. I don't, that's goodbye. Okay, goodbye on that. That's not gonna work. Okay, that guy came out. And that's actually gonna help with my pages being too thick. Everything seems to be turning okay. And this one might be better. I'm gonna do it with washi tape. Just the washi tape is thinner. So I'm gonna square my end. And I might have to do a few different strips because I'm not good at getting tapes. Okay. Glued. Okay, that's great. One side, pushing that up. And that trough, a lot of things happen. See, this is something extra that I added in. I'm always adding in extra folders and things that make it really, really thick. And that's why the books are fairly fragile. There's another weird thick thing I have. Oh, my pocket! And I love pockets. And this guy seems a little bit strained as well. Okay, let's take my... So when I have assignments that I do in my different online classes, I always work with my students. Then I keep them in here. I keep everything together. I'm gonna try washi tape again. Sorry for my head. And this side down here, I need to make sure it doesn't cover my pocket. And I love how this pocket is, cut to the shape of the chip. That was really fun. That seems alright. And you can, well, you can't see, but I've already taped this, so that's probably been falling apart a lot. And the nice thing about masking tape is that I can see through to my images underneath. I mean, not so much my writing here, but there's a certain kind of transparent effect with that tape so that I can repair it. I can paint over that and repair it. Yeah, this one I've already taped. You know, most of this, I really don't even remember making it, but I'm pretty excited to see it. So that's the end of the book. And, okay, now we've got the book back together. And what about this? This doesn't make any sense to keep, so I'm going to take that off. I can glue it into another book. Alright, let's see. So I'm thinking that I don't know what I'm going to do with this cover. Mainly, I don't decorate my covers. And I do like the title, so I don't know, because maybe I should think about what I'm going to do to my cover before I add a new binding here, but I was sort of thinking that this snake stuff would maybe be good on this book. And I pulled it out before here. Okay, but then I lose my P. Okay, so I think some decisions have to be made here. And I'm gonna sand this down just slightly to get some of that shine off so that I can paint it. I'm gonna paint over this with just some matte craft paint. Okay, gotta let that dry. Let's see how this guy's doing. I like this red. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry a little bit more. I feel like I need a little bit more time to figure out what my title is. And that's just going to take some more private time. Because I think what I want to do is decorate these covers before I add my trim. And I don't, since I don't normally do covers, I'm not exactly sure how to handle this. But I did want to go over a little bit. Right, so now we've got, oh yeah, I loved this, Stone Collector, Soul Ballast, that's great. Let's find a page. Well, for example, this one, that one's kind of too easy. Alright, well, you know, this is what I would do, just sort of start integrating this with this page. I start going over the things, you know, that are there. So I see this line here, kind of bring that over. This, don't know what that's doing there. And now I'm just bringing some of these things over to connect with these other pages. I don't know what that guy's doing. Okay. Manova, yellow ochre, and create a little bit of a base here. And this part here, oh yeah, I have to fix that. This part here is part of the original page of the book. This is what they looked like. And I left a few because I really did like them, but just the way that I work, I end up covering over everything. So I'm not very good at altering books in a sense. I'm not working with what already exists there. I'm completely, covering over it. Okay, but so here's where, I just take a paint color that sort of matches and start to pull it over to integrate it. And I'm going to add a little bit of my iron oxide here. And I'll just keep working on that until, it kind of seems and feels a little bit more seamless. So it doesn't look like, oh, I just, taped over the center. Okay, and one more thing I do want to do. And I could repair this with tape. I could just, like, fold it over. But I'm not going to do that. Try to... This paper's kind of thin. Just some paper in my stash, and I'm going to... And I'll just have to, redraw all of this. And for me, my journals, it's always a back and forth, mending, working, mending, repairing. That's part of that ongoing relationship I'm creating. Oh, is this torn too? Oh shit, I didn't notice that. Okay. Yeah, remember, this was driven over by a car. And I feel like I need this to be a little bit more see-through so that I can work on it. So I'm going to use tape this time. Get my fingernail in there so that everything's touching. My tape is touching itself. Dang, my poor book. When I was an art student in San Francisco, my very first kind of journal sketchbook, it's really a big book, it got left out in the rain. And it was really the best thing that could have ever happened to it because everything was all messed up. So I had to lose all of that preciousness. You know, I get so precious with my work, and then it's hard to work back into it. And I think, let's just go through this. I think this is pretty well put back together. You know, as far as my books go, they're never really very well done. And then I'm excited to start working back into this book. You know, all this stuff, I've forgotten about it. I don't remember making it. I don't remember what I was saying to myself. And so it'll be great to meet myself here again. I'm just going to check again kind of all the tops of everything. Okay. And some of these are things that I did within my classes. This might be from my online class, Initiation. But anyway, this is a picture that I painted of my great-grandma on my dad's side. Great-grandma? I think maybe just grandma. I think it's just grandma. Okay. Alright, ooh, that's real weird. I like it. Real weird. Okay, and that's the end. And then someday in the future, I don't know when, usually, like I said, I never do my covers, but I'll work in it like this, and then one day it'll be done, and I'll add the snake skin here, and hopefully this will be a cool thing. I don't know what it's going to be. And that's the simple way of putting back together a pirate journal.